Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Love Angels Light TV. So this is where we are at. I have a couple of fairs coming up in the next 2 weeks to a month to whatever, and I thought that we would do some live feeds so that you guys would be able to meet the people who are going to be at the fairs to do the readings, to hold stalls, to do all those things. So this is where we're at. So today we have Kim and Michael from Kimbosreads coming along. We have Sabina, who is a face reader, and I have Miriam from Living with Inner Harmony. So I'm just waiting on them to join us, and then we will be asking a few questions and getting you guys to ask questions. And then good morning, Fiona. Good morning, Courtney. So I'm literally waiting for these guys to come in. Yeah, so it's going to be really cool. I am going to share this. Whoops, make sure my sound is off. There we go. Here we go. Kim is here. There we go. You're going live. Hello.
We'll be able to hear her. Sonny's turned on.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you. You are live. You almost have my logo covering a little bit of your head there, Michael. Hi, Agnes.
Oh, that's cool.
So we've got a few people watching already, so that's awesome.
I can't see anything. Well, then.
Hey, Tracy.
It was just the light. That's better.
Hi, Kerry. Hi, Tika. So I've got two more people who are going to come and join us, hopefully soon. Sabina was joining us a minute ago, but I don't know where she's gone.
So you can do your photo anywhere you want.
Hi, Louise.
For everybody to join for the live. Yeah, your turn tomorrow night.
Was that Tia?
That's all right. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Just waiting on Sabina and Miriam.
Yeah, so I'm going to give them a quick message. Hi, Melanie. Oh, you guys. I love the comments, guys. All right, so like I said.
That's on this side. Oh, here we go now. Mum's got my phone so we can see the comments as well.
Awesome.
Oh, there we go.
All right, I'm just going to give them a quick message.
It is like a private chat room.
Here we go. I've got, oh my God. There we go. Sabina is joining us.
Yay.
Hello. And I'm just going to message.
Yes, there we go. We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
So you can share this on your, I was just messaging you, Sabina, and now I don't need to.
That's right.
You must have known. It must be a psychic thing.
It must be. It very well must be. I heard you.
Hi, Sabina.
Hello.
Michael's just closing the door over.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just messaging Miriam. So this is my first time doing this with so many people.
Oh, wow. This is my first time doing this at all, so this is very exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like stretching comfort zones. All right, so guys, this is, so you all know Kim, because Kim is a regular for me on my feed. Next to Kim is Michael. Michael is also on Kimbosreads, and then we have Sabina. Now, I met Sabina at one of the last psychic fairs we did, and she does all sorts of wonderful things that she's going to tell us about.
Yes. Yes. Would you like me to speak?
I'm just going to pull up my questions.
Okay.
There we go. All right. So I have messaged Miriam. I know she was online. I just have to wait for her to turn up, but we will get started so that we're not holding you up. Because I know Michael and Kim are at Picton Markets today, guys. So if you are in the Picton area, go down there, check out the market, get a reading, all that stuff. And Sabina has something really important to get to at about 10:30. So, All right. So, Sabina, do you want to tell us what's your specialty? What do you do?
Okay, what I do is I do reflexology, but also I do face reading. So with the face reading, it's like a self-discovery of the self. And I take the people on that journey of understanding themselves a little bit better, understanding partners and co-workers, and the science of it all. So it's quite an
Excellent.
exciting thing. It's quite an old thing. Goes back to the days of Alexander the Great and Socrates.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, how did you get into doing what you're doing?
I got into face reading because I actually had a face reading done at the Mind, Body and Spirit in Sydney many years ago. Was really fascinated with what they could tell about my personality, so I decided to learn everything that I could about face reading. And there began my journey into the whole face reading thing. And so now I like to take other people on that journey as well.
That's really cool. So, what is your goal or your aim in working in this field?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
What is your aim? What is your goal while you're doing the face reading and the reflexology?
Right, okay. The face reading, the goal is to help people understand what their challenges are and what their strengths are, by actually making them aware of their challenges and their strengths. It supports them through their journey. It gives them a chance to look at themselves and what they can do to build on their strengths, and just to be aware basically about their challenges, because many times people don't actually really know what their challenges are. They just sort of go through things blindly, thinking that they know what their challenges are. But it is quite interesting when you sort of bring that to light and open that door for people. It just gives them another opportunity to make better decisions in life.
That's awesome. All right. So, Dika asked a question. Dika wants to know: does face reading does it include the eyes?
The face reading includes absolutely the whole face. So the hairline, the bone structure, the fleshing, the eyes, the forehead, the ears, the nose, the chin, the cheeks, the conditioning of the skin, the different zones of the face, the eyebrows. Absolutely every single part is included in the face reading, because each part of you on your face will tell a different story. And
That's really
it can be quite intriguing.
That's really cool. All right. So, what makes you special or different to everyone else?
Right. Well, I sort of, when I do it, I take it from the heart, and I really like to make sure that when I do a reading for someone, that they do understand. I've given them their challenges, their strengths, and I've talked about it and given them some support through that process to help them. They can walk away more grounded and more rounded as a person, having better to understand themselves. And as I mentioned, I take them on that journey of self-discovery.
That's really cool. All right. So, Tracy wants to know, where do you start first?
It actually depends, because each time I look at a person, there's a different feature that will come forward before I begin. And then I'll just sort of work with that and see, being guided, I will allow that just to sort of take me where I need to go. What is it that they really need to know about themselves to support them through their process?
All right. So, what would you need right now if we wanted you to give us an example or do a? We can see you, Kim and Michael.
Yeah, I know, we're trying to. Or the only comments we were getting were bells, and that was it. And we were kept on going in and out. We got it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. So, what would you need right now to give a quick face reading to someone?
A selfie is good.
A selfie?
Yes,
All
a
right.
selfie is good.
All right. Okay. Let's just put it out there we have approximately 16 people watching. So if someone can PM me a selfie, I will upload it into the stream and see what you get.
Okay. Now, Eileen, how do because all I can actually see is myself
Oh,
because
really?
I'm on the phone. So how would I get to see anyone else?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, another device would be good because we're currently using my phone to show the live feed on Facebook. But on
Okay.
Mum's phone on Be Live, it's also got host is not online and we can't see yourself,
Yeah.
Sabina. So, yeah, if
There
you've
you
got
go.
like a laptop or another phone or something to jump onto the live feed on her Love Angels Live, plug. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it because I don't know how Be Live works, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither. I'll
That's all right.
I'll
Have you got
see.
another device?
I've got my laptop. Let me see if I can.
Otherwise, I can PM it to you, a selfie to you.
Yeah.
I can almost promise it won't be of me. And then we can go from there. But let's have a look. Has anyone?
We might have to get you to PM it to me.
Yeah, no worries. Aha, I have one.
Okay. All right. So
I'm just sending a message through. Excellent. Give me a second. I have one. Oops, that wasn't it. Try again.
Oh no.
Forward to Sabina. There we go. Oh, Sabina's gone. She disappeared, but that's okay. She'll be back. All right. I do also have. Okay. Let me just see. Hi, Miriam. You're on screen now.
Hi. Yes, can see. Yeah, I can only see myself too there.
That's okay. And Sabina's back up.
yep, I'm back up. All right. This
Okay,
stuff
so
is a bit angled, so I'm going to do my best because this is on an angle. It's not face forward, but what I can see here is that
they'll get one too.
Okay, this lady here, what she presents to the world, she shows the world that she can. We've got a couple there. Okay, this first lady here, she shows the world that she's quite analytical and she's logical and doesn't like fluffy.
Yeah.
So she likes to be, if you're having a conversation with this lady, she'd really prefer you to just not use how can I put it? Be more just logical, is I'm going to say very, very logical. However, when she's with herself, she's actually quite open and she is very much a people person. She enjoys the company of others. And okay, what have we got here? So she's a lot more flexible with herself than what she really shows people. I think she needs to sort of get to know somebody before she really warms to them. So she's not really going to sort of put all her cards on the table all at once. Now, it is a little bit, as I mentioned, this is on a slant, so it sort of makes it a bit awkward. Now, okay, she's with her sense of self. She's actually quite strong within herself. She knows who she is. She's quite comfortable with who she is, and she likes to call a spade a spade. Now, she from what I can gather on the picture, she really is much stronger on the inside. Like, she doesn't really show people just how strong she really is emotionally and mentally. She is quite reserved, very, very reserved. Yeah, it doesn't really sort of, and for her, she also is someone that what she does in life is quite important. So she needs to have a purpose. She needs to know that what she's doing has a purpose to it. Now, moving along to the lady down the bottom, the lady with the earphones on. What we've got here is...
This is Belle.
Okay, Mel. Okay, Mel,
Yeah.
one, you're very open-hearted. You've got this very big open heart that you like to share with people, and you're very warm nature about you. Now, you too, you do enjoy, you're quite flexible, and you enjoy the company of others. You're also somebody who, when you start a project or when you start something new, you like to follow it right through to the end. You have the capacity to keep that passion about you, to keep that going. And you're almost kind of like, how can I put it? You really like to see it through, and you'll do whatever it takes to finish a project off, to get things done, because you don't like to leave things undone. Now, you're also somebody who can be very hard on yourself, so you really push yourself quite hard. But you also have that very gentle nature about you. You're quite warm and very, very open-hearted, and for you like to sort of consider other people. Whatever you're doing, you will actually put other people before yourself. So I hope that's helped you.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
It's been wonderful having you here. I can't wait to have you at... You're at Bulli, aren't you?
I am at Bulli. Tia and I will see you at Bulli.
That's 2 weeks today. 2 weeks yesterday. So
yeah,
very exciting. I'm really excited to have you there. So hopefully you'll be able to share this link once it's uploaded onto my page, so that you can share it on your page and your people can kind of join in and, share it away.
That'd be great. Yep, lovely.
All right. Now you can either hang around or you can head off and do what you've got to do today.
I'm going to head off because I still need to get ready and get out the door because of the rain, so I want to really sort of drive slowly, like a bit of a nana.
No worries.
Yeah. But thank you, Eileen, and it was lovely, and I look forward to seeing you all.
Awesome.
Bye.
We'll see you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
That's pretty awesome.
All right. Miriam, you're really dark.
Oh no, it's very the light on the back is not helping me, but yes, it seems that I should have one at the front.
That's okay. That's all good. All right. So we have Michael and Kim, because you guys are at the markets. I might head to you guys next.
Michael's just gone to see what this lady was looking for.
Okay, that's cool.
He's coming back now. I know what he's doing. Are you right? Yeah. I think it's our turn.
Oh, I think that lady needs to come look around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's back. Hi.
All right. So you guys have had the rundown of the questions. Like literally, it's 5 questions each, and it's the same question. So there's no test here. It's all about you. In a little while, Lenny, just let them introduce themselves and answer some questions first. And then if you guys have questions about what they do rather than an actual reading, ask that as well. And then after we get through the questions, then you can ask your questions and ask for a couple of readings. And I might actually, what I'll do is I'll do 5 questions for you guys and 5 questions for Miriam, and then we'll ask for readings if that works for everyone.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, so Kim, what do you do? What's your specialty?
Okay, I'm psychic medium. I also read pictures. I can find things. I have found people as well. I do a lot of stuff. Excuse me.
So how did you get into this?
I was actually born with it. It's actually from my mum and my grandmother. As far as I know, I'm fourth generation and Michael is fifth generation. So it is actually, we were actually born with it. It's not something, that we learned later on in life. We just learned how to understand it and control it a lot better as I got older. So, but yeah, yeah, like I said, I can read photos, I can read pictures, look at something in a newspaper. Like I remember years ago, I was looking at a house to rent in the newspaper, and I knew that a young boy had actually committed suicide in the backyard. And when I rang the real estate, they spun out because nobody knew about it apparently. It wasn't publicised or anything, but I knew. And just as Michael got older, it just grew stronger and stronger. And yeah, I wanted a change in life and decided to move into this full time. So I love it.
All right, so what's your aim? What's your goal working in this field?
Yeah, doing this full time, and just helping people. We just like to help people, give them a little bit of insight into what's happening around them, and yeah, just help. Just like to help.
Awesome. So what do you love about what you do?
The people that I get to talk to, the people I get to meet. I love the mediumship side of it because you just get people from so many different eras and times, but when you actually speak to them, it's like they're up to date with what's going on in the world now. And it doesn't matter what time period they're actually from, which is really good. And I love it when they show me things, about their families and stuff like that, that there's no possible way you could know. And that confirms the message for them.
Awesome. So what makes you special? What makes you different from other people?
Oh, I'm very special.
I put that question in just for you guys. You know that, right?
Yeah. So I don't need any tools at all. It is something that is natural. I do use cards because I find that when we're out doing readings and stuff at markets, people like to have something face down in front of them. But I really don't need to use anything at all. But everything. Just whatever someone asks. And yes, Tracy, it does scare me at times. It used to, especially when I was younger, because I had no understanding whatsoever. It was not talked about at all in the home, even though everybody in my family actually does something. We are all gifted with something, but I'm bringing it out a lot more in the family now, so it is starting to get more accepted, I think, within the family, because they don't really have much choice when I'm throwing it in their faces. So, but not so much now. But yeah, when I was younger, it did scare me quite a lot because I just didn't understand it. So, and now I'm able to teach Michael and show him how to do it all.
Which is awesome.
Okay, Kerry's just asking, at what age did you find you had this gift? I was only very, very, very young. I was probably about 4 years old the first time something happened. And then we sort of moved a couple of houses, and then as I become a little bit older, as turned into a teenager and that's when it started to become a lot stronger. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right, Michael, your turn.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. All right. So what do you do? What's your specialty?
So I feel like my specialty comes with tarot cards and the decks. I also really like the psychic side. The mediumship's still very new to me because I'm still, getting a hang of that and learning that one. But the specialty, I would probably say the tarot decks or any decks really. I find cards really easy to read for some reason. Like no matter what deck it is, it's just immediately I know what they mean, where it comes from, what it's associated with. It was a bit out of the blue. Someone was like, hey, try tarot cards. I was like, okay, cool. Had a look at them and I'm like, I know what this means. I know exactly what that means. Yep, that's simple. And then I started looking at other decks and I'm like, this is elementary. It's weird.
Awesome. So what is your goal? What's your aim working in this field?
Definitely to change people's perspective on how the industry, how the feel of it, how it all is. Because I like to meet people and I like seeing people, and it's really interesting because like a lot of people have preconceived notions of what they think of a psychic medium and that. And especially with me being younger and working more so online and like on the internet and that, it's a lot easier for people to find like evidence against it or evidence for it or whatever. And so many people are skeptical, and I like just showing them like, you know, there is truth to it all. Like there is a lot of truth, and we're trying to be genuine people and genuinely help everyone. So it's interesting to be able to see like the differences in the generations that have been doing this compared to like what we have access to now. So really the main goal is just, you know, showing that there is that genuine truth to it all and just introducing it to a whole new generation.
Awesome. So what do you love? What do you love about it?
As Mum said, talking to people, like getting to know so many different people. And one of the things I love the most is because I'm still new and I'm still learning, like to understand a lot of things. It's really cool, and I love the most when I'm sitting in front of a person and doing a reading and learning things with them. For example, there was last Sunday, I think it was, we were out at Emerald Hills, and there was a lady I read for, and there was like 5 or 6 new things that I'd never seen before. And it was awesome because like I understood what it meant. It was relevant. It was just brand new to me, and it was so cool because I was getting excited, and then the lady sitting across from me was getting excited because she's like, yeah, no, that's all true and that. But then I'm still freaking out because I don't know what all of this means, and I'm just learning new stuff. And I'm like, this is cool.
Exactly. That's awesome. All right. So what makes you different? What makes you special?
I'm very special.
Everyone's going to say that.
I know I've talked about this with Mum a few times, but I think it's because I'm younger, and I'm not really like, you know, the look or the feel of what people assume psychic mediums usually come in, which is more like traditional older women. There's not many men in general at our level that are in this industry, but then it's even smaller again, the number for even just young people in general. So I feel like I kind of, you know, am able to relate to younger audiences and younger clients a lot more than in the more traditional. But I think that kind of just, you know, gives me a little bit of a leg up that makes me that little bit more special because I can just, you know, if I've got a younger person in front of me, I know all the lingo, I know, you know, internet talk, I know everything that's going on. So, like, it makes it awesome to be able to sit down and just, I don't know, maybe give an option for younger generations instead of going to a traditional older generational psychic. So I feel like that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right. So Dika asked, have you ever had a person from a different religion coming through or even non-English speaking?
Yes.
What did you
with
do?
mine, because I see, hear, feel, taste everything, they show me a lot of stuff. I just try and work out their nationality. I remember I had one lady, I didn't realise until later, but she was actually Portuguese, and she was showing me in her food. And I'm not a big food person, so then we had to I had to ask her to try and show me other ways of showing me what her nationality and stuff was. So they still get the message through. They'll show me things if I can't understand them. So they'll show me what relates to their nationality and stuff. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Awesome. So Bill wants to know, do you have down days or are you connecting and reading every day?
I've learned to be able to actually switch myself off, although sometimes spirit can be very persistent, and push and push and push. Sometimes if I'm talking to somebody and there is something that is very important or they feel that this person needs that message, then yes, they will like bring it to me. But when I work in my other job, I try to switch myself off from this so that I concentrate on just my other job. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't stop all the kids coming in and jumping and asking questions and stuff like that while I'm at work, especially once they realise, you know, what I do and stuff like that. So I do try to switch it off. But sometimes, yeah, they can be very, very persistent to get their message across. But once you pass it on, it's usually then they sort of pass themselves on, they go away and do whatever they got to do. So So I know I've learned that, but Michael,
I like to call myself like a fishnet or something because sometimes it catches and sometimes it just goes straight over my head. Like I've had a gentleman, one of my guides, I'm pretty sure, literally forcefully stop me and be like, "How did you miss that?" I'm like, "Man, not even paying attention. It's straight over my head." Like,
we just ignore it.
yeah, like down the road, like mum completely ignores everything.
No, just ignore it.
We'll walk around the mall and someone will be like, "Oh, hi, Kim," and she'll just completely walk past them, not even paying attention.
Because I put a block up. So when I go out somewhere, I literally focus on just what I have to do down the street and block everybody and everything else out around me. Because otherwise we just get bombarded.
And then
All
me
right.
with my anxiety has to say hi to everyone
Miriam,
because mum's not going to do it.
I'm gonna cut them out in a minute. I can actually mute you. Hey.
That's good. You have that control.
We'll have a full conversation by ourselves then.
All right. So Miriam, what is your specialty? What do you do?
Okay, so well, I'm also a medium and a psychic. Apart from that, I do a few other things. I do NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, and I'm also a Reiki master. So I do a bit of everything, really.
That's awesome. And how did you get into it?
Well, many years ago, my mom died about 30 years ago, and when she died, it was like something woke up on me, and I realized that I could do a lot of these things without knowing what I was doing. So I decided that after that, I decided I wanted to look into it and find out what it was that I was looking at and what I was seeing and what I was feeling. And it took me a few more years to really get into it. So it took me another 10 years before I really realized that I could really do all this stuff and that I could, help people with it. And more than anything, I needed to help myself first. So it was like learning to understand and find a way to, work with myself first and then understand how I could help others. And I think that's what really started because I went looking for people to help me first. And when I went to look for healers and people that will help me to understand the feelings and the emotions that I couldn't work with, that's when I realized that I could do a lot more with it than just, help myself.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's how I really started. So years after that, I decided that it was time for me to start helping people and giving back what I was getting from others. So it was great. I love it, and I think it gave me a sense of perspective and a sense of finding myself with all of this. And I think it's a great way to do it.
Awesome. All right. So you basically answered the first two questions in one. What's your goal? What's your aim?
Okay, well, my goal is really to help people, to be able to again to give back what I got from others, and to help people to being themselves and find what they've been looking for, and realizing that, well, we all look for the same thing all the time, and we all we want is happiness and be able to understand what is going on at that moment. So being able to give that to people, I think is amazing that we can relate to them and being able to give them a bit of peace within, and living to be another day where you can think, okay, I did something for myself.
Awesome. All right. So what do you love about it? What do you love?
Well, I think more than anything is because I felt so good when I started doing all this, when I started working with myself, and I think the love that I got from others, it helped me get through everything else. That I just love being able to help people and give people back what they're looking for. And to me, was more than anything being happy with myself and what I was doing. So if I can give that back to someone, is just an amazing thing.
Awesome. So Michelle wants to know, is there a strong connection between Reiki and empaths?
Yes, there is. Because when you're a psychic or a medium, you have to have the empath anyway. So when you do Reiki, the energy flow works through you, works through you to that person, and because you pick up a lot of the stuff that person goes through. So you just need to work through the process of letting go of a lot of that for that person, so that person can move forward. So you have to have them to be able to connect to that person.
Awesome. And Dika says, what is your biggest challenge in your work?
My biggest challenge is well, not so much now, but when I first started was believing in myself and trusting that what I was doing and what I was seeing and what I was really feeling, it wasn't just me, it was somebody else or something else showing me too. So it took me a long time to really get over that and understand that, what I was doing wasn't just me, it wasn't my own feelings and mine, it was, the energies and the spirits that were showing me what I needed to do and where you needed to go. But I feel a lot more comfortable with it now. It just comes naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest challenge for anyone is to believe in doing the right thing for that person, and that person believing in you, that you are really, helping them to move through to the next level.
Definitely. Okay, so Teresa wants to know, what is Reiki?
Reiki is energy work. What it does is you connect to the universal energy or to God's energy, whichever way you want to call it. And then what we do is I just use my hands, or sometimes I don't even need to use my hands. I just use my energy going through me to help that person align all the energies and align the chakras and help them remove a lot of the blockages they have in the body.
All right, so Teresa also asked, when you go past a cemetery, do you see a lot of spirits hanging around to get closer or to cross over, or messages?
Normally, like everybody else, I learn to block them. What I do is when I go to a cemetery is that I ask permission and I thank them for letting me come through. So I ask them to not to bombard me with things. So not that they don't, but I learned when I was very young to really block it and try not to. If someone needs to really bring a message through, I will do it. I will let them come through. But if not, I'll learn to just, ask them not to come around me. They can come with me, but not to me. Which is hard because it's a lot of them, especially when you go to cemeteries. And funny enough, I've only been to a cemetery. I went to a funeral this week. And it's just like, yes, you just try to really work through them because it is a lot there at the moment.
All right, so we've had a few questions from people for readings. I'm going to scroll back up and see what I can see.
Yeah.
Tracy would like to know, Tracy, guys, if you want to have a quick reading, tell me who you want the reading from. You've got Kim, you've got Michael, or Miriam. So if you would like a reading, put it in there and tell me who you want to read for you. Otherwise, I'll delegate.
Go sit on the mat. But I love you.
Okay, so Tracy actually asked, she said, if I get a reading, can you help me with my job? I'm having trouble there at the moment. I don't know what to do. Who wants it?
Oh, I can take that.
Excellent.
What was the name? Tracy?
Tracy.
Tracy. And she wants to know about her work?
Yes.
Okay, Tracy, what I feel is coming for you at the moment is some changes within your work. I feel like you have a lot of, you've been unsettled with your work for a while. It's like you're being undecided in what you really want to do, and you haven't made a choice of how to move forward. I feel like you have some decisions to make here, and the work is, it's like you're not relating to the work at the moment. You feel like you're a bit frustrated with it, and you have a lot of new things coming through. And I think there is a lot of changes coming through that in your position and around you. And I think there is going to be a lot of things that come in your way that they will be able to help you make a decision on what you really need to do. But at the moment, I feel like you have a lot of being very unsettled with it, and it feels like you're not really happy with what you're doing at the moment. But at the same time, I don't feel like you want to leave your work. I feel like you just want to find some success with it and change the way you're doing things. And I feel that that is coming your way, and you will be able to, in the next few months, make up your mind in what you really want to do and where you want to go with it.
Awesome.
I hope that helped you.
Awesome. Thanks, Miriam. All right, Kim, Deepa would like a reading from you.
What would Deepa like to know?
That's a bit loaded.
Has Deepa got an actual question,
Or is
or
it just anything?
Just see what you get.
has she just got a general, or?
I think
Okay.
we're in live feed mode.
All right. Okay, Deepa, I'm getting that there's a little bit of frustration with someone else around you. I feel like they're a couple of years younger than you. I'm not sure if that is your sister, but I do feel like it is a younger girl, only a couple of years different. But I do feel like there's frustration. I feel like I just feel like that she's going through a stage of just doing her own thing, not really wanting to listen to anybody. It's like she's testing the waters and testing and trialing people. Okay, so I would just have patience. I do feel it is something that she will grow out of, but at the moment, I just feel like that there's a lot of frustrations within the family around this younger girl.
Will finances get any easier?
Okay, with your finances, there is a little bit more. I feel that you're going to have to work for that. I don't feel that that is something that will be handed to you. I do feel like that is something that you have to work for. I feel like there is a change coming up for you within about 2 months with work. There's some changes going on around the actual workforce itself, like the whole area that you work in. So I do feel that there is a little bit more responsibility or an opportunity of more responsibility coming for you, but that's not for about 2 months that opportunity will actually come through. That will help, but as I said, that for your finances to get easier, I do feel like that it's something that you're going to have to work for, but I don't feel like it's something that's going to be handed to you. So, okay, maybe your daughter. It is a younger girl.
Straight away that it was like a daughter.
Lots of frustration because I just feel like she's just not listening to anybody at the moment, just doing her own thing, really testing the waters. But yeah, finance, you'll have to work for it. But like I said, the young girl that I'm seeing having the problems with, she will grow out of it. I think it's just a time and testing period that she's going through at the moment.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. All right, Michael.
Yes.
Serena wants to know, will her partner get the job with Forelli Construction at the end of February?
Where's that one? Who was that, sorry?
Serena.
Serena. A job, her husband's to get the job at the company. All right, so I'll pull 3 cards because this is my specialty. Apparently I have one of them. Okay, so long story short, I feel like it's going to be a yes. Okay. Sorry, I was just having a look. The first card that's popped out, I can hold it on this side, is the High Priestess card. So the High Priestess card coming out first is probably one of the best things to happen because with the High Priestess card, it is one of the most powerful cards in the deck, and it usually represents for me that no matter what happens, no matter what challenges, no matter what differences may occur, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, we have the power, we have the rights, and we have that ability to do what it is that we would like to do. And I feel like this works with your husband as well. I feel as though he's not someone that's just going to take something sitting down. I feel like he's going to be front and center to get what he wants, and he's going to put in that hard work and that to put in is it the long yards? No, what's the term? The hard yard. There it is. I have no idea what that means. But no, like it feels like he's not someone that's just going to let an opportunity slip by. I feel like he's really going to put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for this company, and I feel like he's going to do everything that he can to get the job. And I feel like he is going to get it. The reason why I'm so confident in that I feel like he is going to get the job is because we've got the Page of Cups card. The Page of Cups card is a basic good news card. With the Page of Cups, it is one of the age-gendered female up to 25, bump it up to 30 because I'm only young myself. But at the end of the day, it is a basic good news card. There's no like hidden like subtleties. There's nothing to really point someone in the wrong direction. It's like kind of like one of those cards that just says, hey, what you're looking for, what you're getting, or what you want, it will come and it will be a good thing. But it is just a basic good news card. So don't expect the world, don't expect everything to come through. But then we have the Two of Wands at the end, which is a short journey and movement card. And I feel as though he might need to be moving a little bit more often for this job. More so, not necessarily like moving as in like moving to a new state or moving to a new city or a new location somewhere around. But I feel like he's going to be traveling a lot to and from work because I'm seeing somewhere close to home because I'm seeing a factory company for, is it Arnott's? It's out at Minto. They're out at Eastern Creek. What's the one at Minto near Dad? There's a big company near Dad, and I keep being shown this company, and it's really close to home. But it's still like you wouldn't be able to catch a train and walk. You'd still need to drive a little bit. And that's where I feel like that short journey card is coming in. So long story short, yes, I feel like he's got the drive, he's got the emphasis, he knows what he wants, and he's going to get it. And I do feel like it is going to be a good news card. I just feel like he's going to need to do a little bit of traveling to and from to get there. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. All right. Let's have a look. Fiona would like a general reading from Kim, please.
Okay, Fiona, I'm not sure if you're thinking about changing jobs or moving, but there is a lot of decisions and choices that you've got to make at the moment. I feel like you're sort of running around in circles at the moment, like there's so much going on, but I feel like you're going one way with things and someone else is sort of going the opposite way. It's like you're pulling apart with decisions and choices at the moment. So I feel like you need to sit down and talk together and work out exactly where you want to go and exactly what you want to do. At the moment, they're saying to sort of stay put, don't go rushing into anything or making any rash decisions or anything at the moment. Everything happens for a reason, okay? And things come up for a reason and stop us from, doing certain things and making certain decisions at certain times. So at the moment, they're saying that you need to stay where you are. There's a couple of things coming up for you. There is a break coming for you around June, July. I do feel like it's only a short break, okay, and there's a reason for that break. I don't feel like it's just like a personal holiday. I do feel like it's something to do with the family, and that's for a few days. So that's around late June, early July. But these decisions and choices, you need to sit down and talk because I don't feel like the communication is not there with both of you. You're looking at different ideas, different ways. So I feel that whoever this person is with you, you really need to sit down and talk and tell each other exactly where you want to go and what you want to do. Okay, I hope that helps.
All right, Miriam.
Yes.
Shannon Sutton would like a general reading, please.
Sorry, what was the name?
Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. Okay, let me have a look. Shannon, I feel like you're looking for something. You are trying to go in a different direction, but you're not really. I feel like you have a holiday coming, but you're not really sure if you can make it the holidays. I think you're worrying too much about your financial things at the moment, and you feel like you're not really ready to put yourself out there. I feel like you can make anything that you really want. I feel like you have a lot of doubts within yourself, and at the moment you're just not really ready to make any decisions. So that holiday is important to you, and I think it is something that you really need to do. But it's like you not want to think about it, but it feels like you're constantly trying to put obstacles on around that. I also feel like you have a few changes coming in your house. I'm not really sure if you're moving or renovating, but it feels like it is something that is really worth your time doing it. It feels like you're not happy with a few things, and I'm not really sure if it is moving yet, but I feel like it is something there that, again, you have a decision to make. You have a a change in I'm not really sure if it is on your career or what you're doing, or is in the position that you're doing at the moment. It feels like you have a lot of changes coming in the next, like probably about 6 months, and you're gonna be really happy once you make all those decisions and change. It feels like you have a bit of worried of someone around you at the moment, and I think it's just worried. You just let things move along, and you'll find that it is not as as bad as you see it at this moment. I feel like you have a lot of things that you're not really talking about, and it feels like you're not connecting to the people around you. You just need to let go a bit more of all your doubts and start looking into yourself and finding peace with what is going on at the moment. I hope this will help you.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Michael, you ready? I probably should unmute you, hey. You guys have some background noise.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, from the rain.
Yep.
Oh,
It's not you. It's not your fault. You're at markets.
Yeah.
Did you mention you're at Picton
we had a couple of
markets?
fire trucks go past and everything.
Yeah,
so-
that's when I muted you, and I forgot, and then I realised you were really quiet, and that was unusual. All right, Michael, this is for Michelle. For anyone,
Yeah.
all right? So, Michael, as for Michelle, as far as relationships and work go.
Yeah, so I always shuffle my cards after a reading. That's just not even something personal, that's just something that's instilled in me, like you've got to shuffle your cards. I've ended up with two of the same cards, and the two same cards is the High Priestess card, which again is usually like you have the power, you have that understanding, you know what you're doing, and you have that ability to make the decisions that is best for you. The thing is, though, is that with the High Priestess, there's a second meaning behind this card, and that is that secrets will be revealed soon, and whether they're good or bad. I feel as though for you at the moment, unfortunately, I do feel like they're kind of not good secrets. This isn't good information that'll be coming for you, and I feel as though it's going to throw you for a bit of a loop. The main reason I'm feeling as though it's a bit different is because I keep seeing this I don't want to say a cloud because that's a bit on the nose because it's raining out there. But like because I'm younger as well, I get a lot of video game references, and I'm seeing what we call a downer spell. And with this spell, it kind of slows us down a little bit. It puts a dampener on our mood, and just brings us down. But with this at the moment, I'm kind of feeling like our head was held up high, but then this information's coming around, and that's just cast that spell on us, and it's just kind of put our head down and kind of almost sullied the mood. I know what I'm talking about, I promise. The second card you've got, Michelle, is the Two of Wands card. I still need to look at the cards. The Two of Wands card, which again is the second card that I pulled earlier as well, is a short journey card. And I feel as though this one is more so just kind of getting away from things, like needing to take some time for yourself after hearing the information that you've got. And it's kind of one of those things where sometimes we just need some time to ourselves. Like sometimes we just need a moment to say, we don't really want to have to deal with anything at the moment. We kind of just want to take some time to ourselves and just breathe, relax, and look after our own mental state instead of having to put ourselves in a situation that's just kind of like, is full of toxicity. Like, we don't want to be here. We don't have to be here. And I feel as though that journey is just going to be you taking some time out and just getting away from things for a little bit. Like, even just taking yourself out for dinner and a movie and that, just by yourself, just relaxing and enjoying that time by yourself to just get your thoughts through. And then at the end, you've got the Ten of Swords card. In a way, it's, as I said, it's baby's first death card. And with this card, it's usually the death or ending of a situation. And then it says or relationship. And I feel as though this one is kind of coming along the lines of either a close friend or this situation that's going on is going to be coming to an end. The cards to me are telling me this story that once we find out this information, it's going to completely warp the way that we think about things when it comes to this person. And I feel as though this person's going to kind of not really have that same level of trust and high regard that you used to hold them in. And I feel as though this person, as I said earlier, is just going to throw you for a loop because you had so much trust, you had so much love for this person, and it feels like this person just kind of, taken it and then thrown it on the ground and stamped on it. Like, it's not something that, anybody would want to go through, but at the same time, it's always nice to know, and it's always good to know that at the end of the day, you have that ability and you have that power to make the decision that is best for you. You have that, you have that ability to say, I don't feel very happy right now. I need to take some time out. Take some time out. Like, do what's best for you. We always have the best of intentions for everyone else, but what about ourselves? So I feel like, Michelle, at the moment, I feel like just prepare, just get ready, because I do feel like it's going to be happening soon. But honestly, at the moment, I feel like you're just going to need to take some time for yourself. So I do hope that helps. Ooh.
Awesome.
Yes, it's all right, we've got flashing lights.
Oh, Miriam, what did you just do? Miriam's gone dark.
So
we can see her. Miriam actually looks lighter now than what she was before.
Oh, there we go.
We're getting darker. I see how it is.
Gotta love this. All right. So Teresa asked Miriam if
Yeah, sorry, the light just went off.
Awesome.
Sorry, it keeps cutting off because my electricity just went off. Yeah, I didn't hear that. Sorry, what does Teresa likes to know?
She said that she would like to get a reading of you. I'm just going to scroll back through the comments and see if she asked a question earlier, but I have asked her again if I could get a reading about my son or dad.
They got the music starting.
Sorry, I didn't hear that either.
Okay, so Teresa asked if you could get anything about her son or dad.
So, sorry, what did she wanted to know? I keep cutting off.
Okay, so Teresa would like to know if you can get anything about her son or her dad.
Okay. He's been around here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
No?
I can hear you. I can hear you, Miriam. No, Miriam's just paused.
Oh, it's a bit weird.
I think it's a stormy weather, so that's good. Who have you got for music today, Picton?
A lady singing Stuck in the Middle with You. So, yeah, it's pleasant. It's always nice.
All right, looks like Miriam is sort of hanging there, but she's paused. So we might go if she's able to come back. I'm sure she will.
Yeah.
But Michael, while you're there,
yeah.
Nicole would like a reading. Any guidance, grief release, etc.
Any guidance? This was Nicole. Yes, I saw her comments. Okay, so I did read her comment, but I was also thinking about the lady asking about her son or husband, was it?
Her son or dad, Teresa, yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that as well, and I read Nicole, and I kept getting that there was a lot of a closed off feeling. Like there's a lot of walls, there's a lot of closed off emotions, and that's why I just want to throw it out there, whether it is for Nicole or Teresa, but there's a lot of emotional blockages rather than leaving yourself open to. I think it might be for Nicole actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. because of what's happened, there's just a lot of blockages, there's a lot of walls, and I feel like I'm kind of caged in at the moment. It feels like, okay, it feels like I've been mourning and I've been upset and I've been crying my eyes out for so long that I'm kind of standing in a puddle of tears inside this cage of mine. And it feels like it's like four solid walls and a roof. Like it's not just, caged bars. It is like a proper solid, you know, like iron cage. But I'm standing in this, like, it's up to maybe just above my toes in like tears in water, because it's just like I feel so trapped and I feel so scared, but at the same time it doesn't really feel like I'm ready to open myself up to talk to other people about what's happened or to understand what's going on. And I feel as though I do feel like this is self-inflicted. I don't feel like someone has put us in this position. I do feel like I put myself here by myself, but I don't think it's for, like, obviously when you're in that cage, when you're upset, you're sad, obviously you've got that depression side, you've got that sadness, you've got that, general unhappiness, but at the same time, I don't feel like it was, for that reason. I don't feel like I'm blocking anyone out. I don't feel like I'm, blocking myself in. I genuinely feel as though I'm being put in this position and I'm just kind of staying here. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to find a way out. It doesn't feel like anyone is trying to get in. It just only feels as though I've just put myself in this box, and I'm quite content to stay here for a while. It doesn't feel like I'm going anywhere. Especially with this water, like it's genuine tears. They're not just, rain water, flooding up the room. It's well done, Mum. It genuinely feels like it is my own tears that I'm standing in. So I feel like I've been crying and so upset for so long and just waiting for something to pull me out, but I'm not doing anything to help. It doesn't feel like I'm doing anything to really, take those extra steps forward. And I feel like that's kind of why it's taking so long, Nicole. I feel like it's about time that we need to really take those steps to really, like, not just say, yeah, no, I'm taking these steps. I understand what's going on. I know I need to get out of this box, but like actually put some of that emphasis into the fact that we need to get out. Because if we stay in here any longer, we're going to be stuck here, and it doesn't feel like we're ever going to get out. And it's quite terrifying. Like, I'm starting to feel that anxiety of, like, not being able to breathe, not being able to get out. And I do feel trapped. But even taking these little steps to say, no, I'm definitely taking steps to get out. I definitely understand that. At the end of the day, it doesn't feel like anything's really coming from it. It doesn't feel like I'm really putting in that emphasis. And I feel comfortable, even though I'm trapped and anxious, I feel comfortable, which honestly is quite terrifying because you're not catching me in a locked box anytime soon. So, yeah, I feel like we really do need to put that emphasis and to trust someone else and talk to them and just kind of like, I don't want to say get an outside opinion because that's always like, everyone gets scared when you have to ask someone else for an opinion on something because we can't take the truth sometimes. But like, it feels like right now we're not going to be able to get out of this by ourselves, and we need to take these proper, long leaps and strides to get ourselves out of this box. Because right now it doesn't feel like anything's moving. It doesn't feel like we're going to be going anywhere, which is, quite tragic. It's quite sad. So at the very least, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's going to take some work, Nicole.
Yeah, can I just change my specialty to just, really good at attacking people for 15 minutes?
No, you can't.
Honesty. I'm sorry, Nicole.
Right, so I think Miriam's having some issues connecting. She's had a blackout, and now the connection's playing out. So, Kim, do you get anything for Teresa about her son and dad?
For Teresa about her son and dad.
It's literally just above Deco. We can't go that far.
I can't go back that far to see what question is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just running around doing something else. See what I mean about switching off?
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, so about her son and her dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking. I was running around. I got preoccupied.
While you're looking, sorry, Eileen, can I just say for Michelle, wanted me to private message us for validation. Are we able to ask her to go to the Kimbosreads page? Because I don't
Yeah, of course.
I don't usually like having my private, like my account for this stuff. I usually just,
That's fine.
put them over there.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
thank you.
absolutely okay. All right, so Michelle, you'll get a message from Kimbosreads.
Yeah,
Or can you please message Kimbosreads, Psychic Medium? Is that what it is?
yeah.
And Michael will respond because he's
Awesome.
good like that.
Thank you.
Okay. So what I need to find out, what I need to know is whether or not they have both passed, because I've got two people in spirit. I've got a gentleman, I've got a younger guy, but they are family. But look, I feel like the elder gentleman has passed, but I don't feel like the son has. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite confusing.
Teresa, if you're still there, can you give us some clarification?
It's just that I've got a gentleman and I've got a young guy with him, and they're roaring around in this car and they're laughing and thinking that everything's quite funny at the moment. Okay, because so I feel like this gentleman was quite a bit of a character. But I don't feel like even though they're like a father son, I don't feel like that they're both past. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's two separate sort of eras. Do you know, it's like they're roaring around and having fun and laughing and everything with the car, because I feel like there goes my sign again. Seriously, sorry, I had to go and save it before it was outside. It got absolutely soaked. So I feel like they used to spend a lot of time together, and he's still showing me, like the gentleman is showing me him roaring around in a car with this younger guy. That's why I'm trying to find out, because I don't
Dad
feel
has
like,
passed,
yeah, I don't feel like the
but not
younger
the son.
one. Okay, that's why I was sort of trying to work out, because I didn't feel like that the son had passed, but I did feel like that the dad had passed. And like I said, he was driving around with the son in the front seat. They were laughing and everything, because I feel like they had a really good relationship. The gentleman is telling me that he lost something. He feels like he lost a part of him, or he's lost something. And it's sort of leaving like a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a hole there. So I'm not sure if it's because he's missing out on so many things, even though he can still see. I feel like he's missing out on things. But he's sort of showing me like a little bit of a hole in his heart. So to me, it's like that's a part of him is missing. Like he's missing that time, that closeness and everything. But I do feel like they had a really good relationship. Because of their personalities and the way that they were laughing and getting on as they were driving around in the car and stuff. So I'm not sure if he was like a car enthusiast, but I do feel like that they did have a close bond.
Teresa says dad has passed, not my son.
Yeah, she's already told me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I do feel like that there was a bond, but I do feel like that dad is still missing that piece at the moment. But he is around. He does see things. He is quite proud. There's a couple of little things that he sort of said that he wouldn't really have agreed on the decision. But as he said, that's life and things have got to move on and stuff like that. So, but he is quite content. Like I said, he's just driving around in this car everywhere. So, yeah, so I hope that does help. So who's
Awesome.
missing something? Okay, I feel like the dad, because the dad is showing me that he's got a little bit of a hole, okay, a little bit of a hole in his heart. So not meaning that it's a medical condition, I don't feel that it's a medical condition. I feel like he's missing a piece of him at the moment. Do you know, if that explains a little bit more. Sorry, Teresa.
All right. Thanks, Kim. Right.
No
Who
worries.
wants to do one for Marguerite, and then we're going to wrap it up?
Margaret, can I have a reading? Michael, did you want to do that one?
No. Marguerite.
I've got to fix that banner up again. It's just,
It keeps falling. It's only mums.
She's not supposed to be working today, apparently.
I don't know. Like, mine's fine, but mums is not happy. I feel like once we open up the doors again, like once we finish up with you, once we open up the doors, I'll probably move it to be underneath the door on in the room and that. But yeah, hers is the only one that keeps falling over, and you know that makes me feel good because mine's still standing. And just won't tell her I said that.
Isn't that a song?
Sure. I don't know. Okay, Marguerite would like a reading. Was there anything in particular she wanted to ask, or are we just doing?
She's just asked for a reading, and now she's just said what she said.
Okay. All right. So we'll do a general one. So I'll shuffle one more time for you, and see what we can get. We've got 1, 2, 3. We have a same card again. I like this. Makes my job easier. Okay. So the first card we have is 4 of Swords. So the 4 of Swords card is usually a sickness, illness card, or needing to take some time out. I feel as though right now there is someone that is kind of a little bit ill at the moment, and I feel as though this person, I don't feel like it's a major thing, but I do feel like this person has kind of just been sent home from a doctor saying just take some antibiotics and you'll be fine. You know, just take these for a couple of days, you'll be right. I feel like it is something that's kind of like, you know, I do feel like this person, I'm trying to think because I can see this person being quite close to me, but I can also see this person being a little bit distant. So I'm not sure if it is someone close that we just don't talk to very often, or maybe it's someone that, you know, we don't get to see very often, but we still talk to all the time. I'm not sure because this person does feel like they're a little bit distant, but they're still quite close. And this person's just kind of, you know, it feels like they've literally gone to the doctor to try and figure out what's going on, and they just said, here's some antibacterial.
they keep getting popped off.
Yeah. It feels like this person's condition is only going to get worse, but I don't feel like it's ever going to be like a major thing. I just feel like it's just going to always be like a minor inconvenience at most parts. And I feel as though there is going to be someone. It's going to be a family member actually that's really going to like push a doctor to see them properly, because I feel like no matter what doctor they see, they're always, as Mum said, they're just going to be pushed away. And I feel like it's another family member that's going to like go with them and kind of rip this doctor a new one, because I feel like they're just not being taken seriously, which is, you know, which sucks. The next card we've got is 10 of Swords, which again is another card that I pulled earlier. And I feel like that is representative of this situation at the moment with this person not being able to find a doctor that's going to help them. I do feel like, as I said, it is going to be a family member that's just going to rip this doctor a new one from here to kingdom come, because they're just not bloody listening. They're not, you know, taking you seriously or taking them seriously. They're just kind of like, you know, here's some tablets, go away, and it's just a constant cycle of what's going on. And I feel like they're just placebos. It doesn't feel like anything's actually happening. It doesn't feel like I'm getting any better. But I do feel like it will be coming to an end, like that cycle is going to be coming to an end, rather than just, you know, over and over not being able to, you know, get something done or see what's going on. I do feel like once a doctor finally sits down and listens and understands what's going on, things are finally going to be set in motion. But until that point, honestly, it just feels like I'm just constantly being pushed aside, like I'm not worth it, or like, you know, writing me off or whatever it is. And then you've got the last card, which is the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is usually like, you know, government, public companies and working. It can also mean a marriage card. It can also mean, more of like a legal, proper, uppity kind of card. I always have a little trouble with this one because I have the least amount of experience with this card. But it's basically your legal working side, medicine, like the big card. And I do feel like this one is kind of just telling me that it is supposed to be that, like, legal, medical, like it is something big that needs to be looked at, but it doesn't feel like it's a major problem, just something that really needs to be checked. I don't feel like anything really big is going to come from it, but I do feel like it is something that absolutely, definitely needs to get looked at properly, so that we can start taking the right steps to kind of, dull it down to start, working it out. I don't feel like it'll be going for a long time, but being able to keep it under regulation, being able to keep it under check is probably going to be safer and easier in the long run than rather just, going to a doctor, not getting taken seriously and then just being thrown aside. So I hope that helps.
Margaret wants to know if it could be her, the illness or the...
It could be. I won't rule it out. Because as I said earlier, it felt like it was someone really close. It felt like someone I knew, but just don't talk to very often. If that's a metaphor for ourselves, then, go right ahead. I wouldn't know. But it did kind of feel like this person was distant but close in relation. So, like, say, for example, it could be like a sister or brother that you haven't seen in a while, or it could be like, a good close friend that you just haven't been able to catch up with very often. I'm just trying to think and ask now because it feels like the person that's going to be going off with the doctors is very close to you, and this person. So I mean that person could be you. As I said, not going to rule it out, but to be honest, I wouldn't know. They're not saying whether it is you or not. They're just saying that this person's really close but distant.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for that. Nicole has just written in a massive comment, which everyone can read, but I thought I'd send that to you guys to let you know. She's been through a lot, so it's just a really difficult situation. And that's what's probably come through in that reading, Nicole.
Yeah.
Just keep being you.
I thought that was for someone else.
No, because I did the reading for Nicole and I just felt very trapped.
Okay.
In this room. Yeah.
Just worry about yourself and the kids at the moment, Nicole. That's all you need to worry about at the moment. Don't go worrying about anybody or anything else. Just worry about yourself and the kids and just looking after yourselves at the moment, okay? The right people will come in to help, okay, when they're supposed to come in. You are a very strong, independent person who doesn't rely on other people, but I feel that is because of the way that you've been raised and what you have already gone through in your life, okay? So at the moment, what I'm getting is just concentrating on yourself and your kids and nothing else at the moment, all right? That's all you need to worry about at the moment, okay?
Awesome.
Eileen, we got to go.
I was about to say, thanks, guys, for coming on today, and you've got to go and do the market thing, so we'll catch you later. I'm going to disconnect from you.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.
All right, so this is it, guys. This is the way things are now. Sorry about that. So this is going to be happening a lot over the next couple of weeks, leading up to the Bulleye event on the 22nd of February at Bulleye PCYC. So if you can make it to that event, what I'm doing with these TV shows, these web-based shows to start with, is to just highlight the people that we have coming to our events so that if you can be at the event, you'll know who's going to be there and what sort of talent we're going to have there, because it's going to be amazing. So I just want to say a very big thank you to, I'm going to hide me so you can